In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to replace a clock spring assembly in a 2019 or newer Hyundai Veloster. I will perform this install in a 2022 Veloster N. The clock spring's part number is 93490-J3140. I looked on eBay and purchased a new OEM clock spring for $80. This was much cheaper than paying retail at my local Hyundai dealership. I'll have a link to all the items used in this video down in the video description. There are a few tools that you'll need for this repair. Those include a small flathead screwdriver, a medium-sized flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 10mm socket and wrench, a 22mm socket, a breaker bar or impact wrench, and a torque wrench. I chose to perform this repair due to the horn no longer functioning no matter where I pushed on the horn. There are a few reasons why a horn may stop working. Those reasons include a blown fuse, faulty horn assembly, failed horn unit, clock spring failure, faulty horn switch, faulty or cut wiring, or issue inside the ECU. I checked the first two possible suspects, the horn fuse and relay, before choosing to change out the clock spring assembly. Both are located in the engine bay fuse box. I checked the fuse, it was not blown. I then listened to see if the relay clicked when pushing the horn, which it did. I went a step further and used another relay in the horn relay spot, and it clicked as well. This showed the relay was working properly. The next item to check would be the horn itself, but I planned on upgrading it anyway, so I moved on to the clock spring. I wanted to make sure it wasn't faulty before installing a new horn. I will have a follow-up video showing how to upgrade or replace the horn in a Hyundai Veloster. To begin, unhook the negative terminal of the battery. To do this, pull off the plastic cover that's on top of the negative terminal. Then use a 10mm socket to loosen the nut at the top of the battery terminal wire. Slide the wire off the terminal. Finally, cover the negative terminal with a cloth or reinstall the factory plastic cover so the wire doesn't come in contact with the negative terminal. Move into the driver's side of the car. Turn the steering wheel 90 degrees in either direction. Looking at the back side of the steering wheel, locate an oval cutout. Insert a medium-sized flathead screwdriver into the oval. Push the screwdriver down until you hear a click. This click signals the horn assembly has been detached from the steering wheel. Turn the wheel in the opposite direction and do the same thing. This will unhook both sides of the horn assembly, allowing you to detach it from the steering wheel. Before the horn assembly can be completely removed from the steering wheel, you'll need to unhook 3 wires on the back side of the horn. The first wire is a small white wire that can be detached using a small flathead screwdriver. The 3 wires are held into place with a plastic clip. You'll need to use a flathead screwdriver, insert it in the clip, push up, and unhook the clip. Finally, using the flathead again, push up on each side of both airbag wires. This will release the airbag wire clips. Once the airbag wires have been unhooked, you can set the horn assembly aside. Now that the horn has been removed, we need to remove the steering wheel. We need to do this because the clock spring is located behind the steering wheel. Using a 22mm socket and a breaker bar or impact wrench, unscrew the bolt in the center of the steering wheel. After the bolt has been removed, unhook the white wire harness at the top of the steering wheel. Once done, you can remove the steering wheel. Make sure to take care of the airbag wires as you remove the steering wheel. The 2 wires should slide out of the back of the steering wheel easily. With the steering wheel removed, you'll be able to see the clock spring assembly. Using a flathead screwdriver, gently pry the top plastic section of the steering wheel column up. This section will not be completely removed. Next, using a Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew the 3 screws holding the bottom section of the steering wheel column cover in place. 2 screws are located under the top cover, and the 3rd screw is located on the bottom of the cover. Pull the cover forward, then allow it to hang down. You do not need to completely remove this cover. You now have full access to the clock spring assembly. To remove the assembly, detach the 3 wire harnesses located on the back side of the clock spring. Each wire harness has a different type of way it needs to be released. The white wire harness can be released by pushing the release tab up. The large yellow harness can be released by pushing back on the spring-loaded tab. The third small yellow and white harness can be released by pushing the white locking tab back. After all the wire harnesses have been removed, you can unhook the clock spring from the steering column. There are 3 tabs that need to be unhooked. 2 are at the bottom and 1 at the top. I found the 2 at the bottom were easy to release with my fingers, but the top tab required a flathead screwdriver. Before I was able to reinstall the new clock spring, I needed to transfer the steering angle sensor from the old spring to the new one. The angle sensor is held into place on the back of the clock spring by plastic tabs. Using a small flathead screwdriver, pry up each of the tabs holding the angle sensor in place. After the sensor has been removed, snap it into place on the new clock spring. There are 4 protruding plastic prongs that are used to ensure the sensor is properly aligned with the clock spring. Make sure these prongs line up with the indentions in the clock spring. With the angle sensor attached to the clock spring, the entire assembly can now be installed back into the car. Snap the clock spring assembly onto the steering wheel column. Make sure all 3 plastic tabs snap into place. Reinstall the 3 wire harnesses onto the back of the clock spring assembly. Put the lower steering column cover back over the clock spring assembly and reinstall the 3 screws that hold it in place. Finally, snap the top steering wheel column cover onto the lower cover. Fish the airbag wires through the backside of the steering wheel. Make sure to line up the 3 red lines on the steering wheel with the 3 on the steering wheel hub. Plug in the white wire harness at the top of the steering wheel. Hand tighten the steering wheel bolt back into the center of the wheel. After the bolt has been hand tightened, use a torque wrench to torque the bolt to 35 foot-pounds. Reinstall the 3 wire harnesses back into the horn assembly and snap the wire cover back into place. Push the horn back into the steering wheel. You should feel both the left and the right side snap into place. Finally, go back to the vehicle's battery, reinstall the wire back onto the negative terminal and tighten the 10mm nut. This completes the clock spring installation process. After performing this installation, I found the clock spring was not my issue for the horn not working. In my next video, I will be replacing and upgrading the vehicle's horn from 1 horn to 2. We will see if that fixes the issue of the horn not working and see how much louder the new horns are versus the OEM horn. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content.